Hey, it's DJ back here with another video for the Razor Company. This one's going to be an interesting one, something I've never done before on camera, so stay tuned. Alright, back here now with the Razor Company. Today, again, we're going to be doing something a little different today, something I've never done before, and that is doing a shave with a Shavette on camera. Again, I've never done one on camera before. This will be a first for me. I've been shaving with a Shavette now every now and then for probably the last 2 years now. It's something that is not easy for me. I'm still considered a newbie at it. I am not the greatest. So this is more of a seeing how a beginner does, you know, shave with a Shavette type thing. If anybody's looking into getting to shave, learning to shave with a Shavette, obviously don't learn from me, but I might be able to point you in the right direction on who to learn from. I've watched a lot of videos and had a lot of good help from some of the experts in the wet shaving community, like the Red Island shaver J-Mac. He's one of the main people that I like to watch. Speaking of J-Mac, let me introduce you to the soap I'll be using today, and that will be Mafiosos Retreat. And this is a collaboration between the Canadian Mafia, which J-Mac is a part of, and Ariana and Evans. And this is a beautiful tropical scent, and it is based off of Lamal's LeBeau scent. And I believe, if I'm right, Peter Sarkalis created that scent by hand. Created the dupe of that scent by hand. The razor I'm going to be using is, again, this that I did purchase from the Razor Company, and this is the Feather, I believe it's the Feather SS Shavette in the Kimasori style. They do have one that folds like a straight razor, and this takes Artist Club blades. If you see, it comes apart like this. You don't have to take it apart like that to put the blade in. Yeah, it comes apart like that. And the blade I will be using is a Schick P30. And what you do is you spread the, let's see if I can see here, you push the blade, pinch it together like that, and you kind of stick the blade in. Let's see, let me get it on camera. And like that. And then I use my thumbnail to kind of just make sure it's in place right there. I also have the matching splash and the matching EDP, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, because I am not great with a Shavette, I also do a cleanup pass with a regular razor. Sometimes I use a DE. Today I will be using the Leaf Twig, and I use a half DE Kai blade in it. And the reason I use the Kai blade is a good friend of mine, the wet shaving community, Mr. Jacob Heron. He's the one who gave me the idea. He uses the Kai blade because the Kai blade is a little bit more, just a smidge wider than your normal DE blade. And so you get a little bit more blade exposure. And so this gives you a little bit more efficiency on the twig. And so I use that for my cleanup pass. Last but not least, I'm using this beautiful Trotter brush here with this gravity pour with the T1 Badger Manchurian knot. Again, one of my favorites. So yeah, let's get this shave started here. Again, this will be interesting because again, I've never shaved with a Shavette on camera or really in front of people. Maybe once or twice I think I've done it behind the scenes with a few friends, but other than that, I have never shaved with a Shavette in front of people. So this will be kind of interesting. Again, I'm not an expert. I try to get a Shavette or a straight razor shave in at least once a month to get more practice in, but you know, I am very shaky with it at times. I try to go only certain directions with it. I'm also left-handed, so it makes going certain directions kind of difficult for me. I'm also going to use a pre-shave here. I'm going to use it's pretty much a brand new cube. I just opened it yesterday, and I used it for the first time yesterday. And I realized it is not a mentholated one, and I usually get the mentholated one, and I don't know why, but when I click purchase from the razor company, I did not get the mentholated one. And so I found that out yesterday. Kind of bummed, but oh well, I will deal with it. These things take a long time to go through. I usually switch back and forth between the cube and the TRC unscented puck, as they are both great. I use the cube. I usually use the cube during the summer months because it's mentholated, but again, I did not grab the mentholated one. Did not notice it until I opened it. But hey, you all make mistakes. But the cube is a great pre-shave, and I believe the razor company does carry them still. So if you need to get one, get one. I like pre-shaves. Not everybody does, but I do. Even on a great base such as Ariana Evans Ultima base, you really don't need one, but again, why not have that extra cushion, especially with a Shavette. The bougie mister here. And let's get this lather going. So again, I've been doing the Shavette thing. Like I said, I try to get it once a month or so. That or a straight razor shave. I'm more comfortable with a straight razor. I think a straight razor is much more forgiving than a Shavette. I remember the first time I used the Shavette, I tore my face up. It looked like I had put my face underneath the lawnmower and just completely cut myself up. And I'm surprised I actually went back to the Shavette after that. But I'm like, I can't give up after one shave. I also think it was the blades I used. I tried, the very first blades I went with was the Feather Professionals, which are a lot sharper, a lot more toothy. They're not as smooth at first. So if you're not used to them, they're something you probably might not want to start out with. I think a lot of people suggest if you're first starting out using either a Pro Guard or something mild like a Kai Captain Mild, I think is what it's called, or a Kai Pink. And I've used almost every artisan blade now to think of. And the ones that work the best for me are the Schick Pro lines. To me, they're smooth, they're sharp. I use them in all my Artist Club regular razors now. They're just, to me, they're what works the best for me. I do still have the feathers, and I will use them every now and then in the Artist Club razors themselves, but not in a Shavette. It's still a little too toothy for me on the Shavette. Now, when it comes to shaving with a Shavette, I try to only shave with them if I have less than, I think, probably around 36 hours of growth. If I have more than that, for some reason, and even with the Pro lines, because my hair is so coarse, it drags and it pulls my hairs. Now, I don't know why, and it's only with the Shavette. I mean, if I put the same blade inside either like my Blackline Vector or my Shield Artist Club, it won't happen. But if I put it in my Feather Shavette, it will pull if I got more than 36 hours of growth. So I'm only rocking with about 24 hours of growth right now, and that's usually a perfect time for me for a Shavette or straight razor shave. And I usually only need about 2 passes plus a cleanup. And because I am not great with the Shavette, I'm very weird when it comes to my passes. I just kind of go with what feels comfortable. So I'll do a full with the green pass. On my cheeks, I'll kind of go with the grain or across the grain. I'll kind of do this half against the grain on my neck to the best that I can, and then whatever I don't get, I get with the regular razor, whether it be the DE or today like the leaf. And I just keep doing it just until I get better. And I know I should probably do it more to get better, but I just love shaving with DE so much that I just really don't ever have the need to do more. But I'm not ready to give up on it quite yet. So if you are feeling into getting into Shavette shaving, this Feather razor is a very nice razor to start out with for an artist club. They also have regular DE razor Shavettes, which I have used before in the past. With those are kind of different, and to me those are more tended to, I would say, barbers. Even though some people use them and like them, but in my opinion, those are more, barbers use those more. I just feel you get more surface area with the artist club. It's more closer to a straight razor. Another reason why people like the Shavette is they get the same type of shave that you would get from a straight razor without all the straight razor maintenance. So none of the stropping, none of the honing, none of the, I gotta take care of this and oiling and, and stuff like that. It's shave it. You get with these artist club blades, you can get up to 20, 30 shaves with those blades and toss it. I think with this blade here, I think I'm on shave because I've been swapping this blade between Shavettes and the Shavette shave and the my artist club blades, and I think I'm on shave like 12 or something between the two. So, all right, let's start it out here. And I like to do a lot of skin stretching with this, and I like to go very slow and very quiet. So that's what I'm gonna do. And so, all right, here we go. Now, if you watch somebody like J Mac or Phil Wet Shave, who's also, you know, Mr. Sexy Phil, who's also part of the Canadian Mafia show. And these guys are just, they fly through these with these Shavettes. They're just champions. And I'm totally jealous of them. Like I said, sorry if I'm quiet, these are not my normal, but I wanted to try something different. And all you experts out there, feel free to give me some tips. First pass looks done. Not too bad. Didn't cut myself. I don't really cut myself all that much anymore. It's because I go really slow on these. Here comes the pass though that I do not like. But again, you don't get any better without practice. Let me tell you, if you have not smelled Mafiosos Retreat, you are missing out. Because that is an absolute banger. I'm not sure if they still have it in stock at the razor company. I should have checked that. But I know they were the only retailer to carry it. It was an exclusive there. But man, is it a great summer scent. I like to get this brush really wet when I do these Shavette shaves. I want the soap to be nice and hydrated. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, here's my not so favorite pass. So we're gonna go with against the grain on the neck right here. So this is where it gets a little weird for me because I'm not confident going against the grain with my right hand. So what I do is I spin the razor this way with my left hand, and I go against the grain this way with my left hand. I can go all day with the grain with my right hand, just not against the grain. Sorry if you didn't see anything. I'm trying to turn my face so the camera can see it and so I can see it. Alrighty. And that's really it there with the Shavette now. Now I'm going to do some cleanup here with the leaf. Get any spots that I missed and call it good. Creamy goodness. My two favorite razors to use for my cleanup pass are the Twig here and the TRC aluminum razor. They're perfect because they're not aggressive, but they clean up just enough stubble. Because I can't do that with across the grain pass with the Shavette, sometimes I get a little extra stubble right here. I'll get there. Alright, that's good. You get rinsed off here. anytime I do a Shavette shave, I like to get a little bit of alum, TRC alum stick here. Ooh, yep, I knew that was gonna sting. That Shavette takes a lot of skin off. Woo. But, as I've said before in past videos, I chase BBS. I don't care. I don't get a whole lot of irritation. Let that dry for a minute. Just rinsing my brush off. Alrighty. Splash. Let's get that going. First though, I am going to spray a little bit of a Thayer's Witch Hazel. It's another thing I like to do with the when I do a Shavette shave. Telling you, you can't go wrong with A&E Splash. Alrighty. Well, thank you again for coming to see. Let's recap what we used. We used the Mafiosos Retreat. The Feather SS Shavette with a Schick P30, the Schick Pro line P30s. We used a leaf twig with a Kai blade in there. Trotter Gravity brush. And that's it. I'm gonna spray the matching EDP here. And remember, go get your Izzy shirts. Vintage head shaver from the Razor Company. Yeah, you guys all have a good night, and thank you again for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video. Have a good one.